Sarosh Digital Learning SST class Standard 8 Subject History Chapter number 11 Struggle for Equality Part 2. Dear students, you have seen in the previous part how the British exploited the farmers by taking taxes, how moneylenders and the landlords, how they exploited laborers and Dalits. You have also seen how the workers were working in mills, railways and several industries, how the people were exploiting them, and how they have taken or they have asked for justice by forming union. And we have also seen Lala Lajpat Rai, who combined the workers' movement with national movement. We also saw there were few leaders who have socialist ideology. So, all this we discussed in the first part. Now, feminist movement. Now let us come to the second part where we will be focusing on the movement. As we all know, women were considered to be the second class citizens. Woman as a mother, as a wife, as a sister. She was not given any right in our society because our Indian society was a male dominated society where they gave women a secondary position. As I said before in the first part, the condition of women was worse. Widows were treated very badly. Now in our second part we will be focusing on what was the major contribution of few of the feminist leaders who fought for the right of the woman. There were several practices which subjected to the injustice, but in the modern period there was an awakening against it. Some of the male reformists took initiatives in reforms movement to women. In the course of time, women leaders started coming forward to fight for the justice of the woman. The independent institution established by Pandita Ramabai. She established Arya Mahila Samaj. Shraddha Sanan like Seva Sadhan founded by Ramabai Ranade are the examples. Bharatiya Mahila Parishad in 1904 and All Indian Women Conference in 1907 were founded as well. The main aim was to give right to the woman, to bring progress in the life of the woman. Therefore, this institutional work reached at the national level for the issues such as right to vote. Rakhmabai Janardhan Save was the first practicing woman doctor in India. She also opened branches. She delivered series of lectures related to the health issues of women. She also opened branches of Red Cross Society at Rajkot. During the 20th century, participation of women in public life began to increase. Yes, my dear students, if you look now, there were several laws made for the protection of the rights of the woman. Like, if a woman is getting divorced, she will get alimony, when a part of her husband's income will be given to her for her survival. If they were having a child, the child will be handed over to the woman, and it will be the responsibility of the father to provide money for their survival. We could also see there is equal pay for equal work, whether it is a male or female. The Constitution says there is equal right for both man and woman. Now, for the Dalit movement, the Indian social structure, like Mahatma Jyotirao Phule, Narayan Guru brought about awakening of the people against unjust treatment given to Dalits in 1888. Gopal Baba Valankar in his book Vitthal Vidwansan condemned untouchability on 1st July 1908. He raised the voice regarding the issues He took initiative for marriages of Devdasis in Tamil Nadu. Periyar Ramaswamy started a movement for eradication of untouchability. In 1906, Maharishi Vittal Ramaji Shinde started the Depressed Classes Mission for the progress of the Dalits. The important part of the work was to make the Dalits self-respectful and well educated and engaged in work, while the second part of their work was to destroy the delusive ideas regarding Dalits in the minds of the upper caste. For the purpose, he founded Marathi School, Work School in a part or Parel, Deonar in Mumbai. He actively looked for the benefits of Dalit classes regarding Satyagraha for entry in Parvati Temple at Pune. Shetkari Parishad of Dalits, Federal Electorate, etc. Rajshri Sahu gave support to the leadership of Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar during his period. He led the non-Brahmin movement. Rajshri Sahu Maharaj made revolutionary declaration for reservation in the state of Kolhapur. He made a law for free and compulsory primary education. He did substantial work for abolition of caste distinction. There were 3 restrictions put up in the caste system. They were interdining, intermarriage, and change of occupation. In this regard, during meeting and conferences, Shahu Maharaj ate food from the hands of the Dalit people and overthrew the restrictions on the interdining. Shahu Maharaj believed that till the restrictions on the intermarriage is followed, till then the caste distinctions will not be uprooted. He passed the act of intercaste marriage and gave it a legal acceptance in his state. On 22nd February 1980, he abolished the valuetary system by publishing a declaration in the Government Gazette of the state of Kolhapur. Permission was granted to practice any occupations by anyone. By giving freedom of occupation by Shahu Maharaj, the people were freed from a type of social slavery. Now, my dear students, we will see the Justice Party did valuable work for social equality in South India. Mahatma Gandhi took up the issue of eradication of untouchability in his hand and put it up on the platform of Indian National Congress. While at Yerwada prison, he debated with the rigid Hindu Pandits, stating that the religious texts of Hindus do not support untouchabilities. He gave inspiration to Harijan Sevak Sangh by taking inspiration from him. Amrutlal Vittal Das Thakkar, nicknamed Thakkar Bappa, Appasaheb Patwardhan, etc. These activists dedicatedly worked for equality. The struggle of Dalit began under the leadership of Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar. He aimed at establishing a society based on principle of liberty, equality and fraternity. He was convinced that the injustice to the Dalits and inequality would not end unless the caste system was completely uprooted. According to him, social equality was the right of Dalits. He intended to carry out a movement based on self-respect. From this point of view, he established the Bhaiskrut Hitkarni Sabha in July 1924. His motto was, "Be educated, be organized and be agitated," was the inspirational message given by him to his followers. Baba Saheb Bole got a bill passed in Bombay Provisional Assembly for the public water reservoirs to be opened to the untouchables. However, in reality, the water reservoirs were not accessible to the Dalit, and hence Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar and his followers started Satyagraha at Chaudhar Lake in Mahad. He also burned the Manusmriti, which advocated inequality. In 1930, he started Satyagraha for the entry of Dalits in the Kalaram temple at Nasik. This Satyagraha was led by Karamveer Dada Saheb Gaikwad. Newspaper was an integral part of Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar's movement to create awakening in the society and to voice out their grief. Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar started newspapers like Muknayak, Bahishkrut, Bharat Janta, Samata, etc. Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar established the Independent Labour Party. He opposed the laws that went against the interest of the workers. In 1942, he established All Indian Scheduled Caste Federation to put forth the issues of Dalit in an effective manner. Through the Constitution of India, Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar made a significant contribution to the creation of social structure based on equality in modern India. In 1956, along with the innumerable followers, he embraced Buddhism. They advocated humanity and equality. The struggle for equality has a prominent position in the making of modern India. And my dear students, today our society is rigid, class or caste system in terms of, so that is why communism is a world spread problem in our society. Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar, Jyotirao Phule, Mahatma Gandhi tried to remove inequality in religion. Thank you.